What's up guys, this is Nick from Stridewise.com and today I'm reviewing some of the hairiest, slubbiest, knottiest, neppiest, fuzziest denim you will ever find in your entire life, pure blue Japan. So Pure Blue Japan, or PBJ as it's often referred to, was founded in 1997. They are based in Okayama, like almost every other Japanese denim company. It's kind of like the denim capital of Japan. It's based right between Hiroshima and Kyoto. It is not the same thing as Japan Blue. It is not the same company as Blue Japan. It is Pure Blue Japan, and perhaps more than any other Japanese denim company out there, they are really well known for the irregular, knotty, slubby denim. Now, I know I've said that about Oni denim, I know I've said that about Studio Dartisan, and those companies do indeed have very irregular denim, but PBJ really takes it to another level. A lot of people will tell you that all of PBJ's denim all comes from one single low-tension wooden shuttle loom. However, according to my buddy Dave, he runs Japanlog.com, which is a website for people who are really interested in this sort of stuff, especially Japanese denim and Japanese craftsmanship. He lives in Japan. He interviewed the founder of PBJ, and apparently that's just a rumor. It's a cool rumor, but it is a rumor nonetheless. They have several looms at several different locations, depending on the type of material they wanted to make, but still very well known for their very irregular weave. So I got these jeans at Blue and Green in Soho. That's widely seen as like the mecca for Japanese denim in the United States. It's here in New York City. If you are in New York City, you have to go to Blue and Green. I picked up these jeans, and this is the NP019 model. It's the relaxed tapered model, which means it has like a lot of room in the thighs and the butt, which works for me because I like to squat and I have a pretty large ass as a result. So let's take a closer look at the denim itself. All right, so this denim is 17 ounces, maybe 17.5 ounces. I've heard conflicting reports, but it's heavyweight. And unlike the 20-ounce denim I have from Oni, which is surprisingly light feeling, these PBJs very much feel heavy. It's like I'm wearing a suit of armor made from carpet is the best approximation I can think of wearing these jeans. It makes you feel powerful and protected like an Indigo tank. It's not great for summer, but you know, I wear it in the heat anyway. I do very much enjoy wearing these pants. I feel very protected. PBJ's calling card is this leaf on the butt, which symbolizes the leaf of the Indigofera plant, where you get natural indigo. An important distinction because most American jeans are made with synthetic indigo, but not this stuff. Pure Blue Japan is one of the few companies that still use real natural indigo dye. But the thing is, they also use dye grown in Tokushima, Japan. But the jeans that use that Japanese indigo are stupid expensive. They're like well over $500. These ones are made with powdered Indian natural indigo, which is still indigo and still quite rare. But that's why they were not quite as expensive as those other ones. It's worth noting that the warp is dyed with natural indigo before weaving, which is quite unusual. And the weft is undyed with these. And of course, people go crazy for the fades. You can see some examples of how these jeans fade here and here and here. And I've only been wearing these for a few weeks, so I don't have very dramatic fades yet, but it has started to brighten up a bit around the crotch, where you can see the blue is starting to become a little more electric in some places, which is cool and should make for some good looking fades down the road. And as for the texture, there's just nothing quite like this on the market. Again, this is the NP09. I believe the NP stands for nep, because this is absurdly slubby and neppy denim. I think slub is when the yarn differs in thickness throughout, and nep is when the fabric is woven in such a way that the cotton fibers extend from the surface. Both are characteristics that produce this very uneven, irregular texture that people just go crazy for. An interesting tidbit is that they use primarily American cotton for these jeans because it has less moisture in it than African or Chinese cotton, so it suits these slubby fabrics they want to make. It's a kind of denim that just has character. It really harkens back to a world where clothing was made with imperfections and not churned out by mass production. And perhaps more importantly, your own character imprints on these jeans. As they age, like a good pair of boots, the fade and patina will reflect your own individual story with the jeans. Now, as for details, again, the most recognizable symbol of pure blue Japan jeans is the leaf on the butt here, representing the indigo plant, the Indigofera plant. I should probably point out that more than one person, 2 people to be precise, have asked me if I sat in something. They saw this leaf, they thought it was a stain, maybe it's bird poop, something like that. That could be off-putting to some consumers, but I mean, for most people, if you're interested in these jeans, you want to have this leaf on the butt. You want to be able to show people that PBJ jeans because it's a real marker of quality, of course. And this like shows people that you are willing to spend the dough for some really high quality Japanese jeans. After that, you've got the deerskin patch here on the waist. On it, it says Stridewise, which is the same company as PBJ. It's like the same facility, same manufacturing processes, same materials, and so on. And it's got a picture of a dude dyeing jeans in a vat of indigo. Although, as I mentioned earlier, the threads are actually dyed before the jeans are put together, but nonetheless, it's a pretty cool symbol anyway. You've also got these really, really cool iron buttons making up the fly. They are made from iron. They're going to age really, really nicely, like some old gold doubloons. It says on it as well, Stridewise made in Japan, and it's got a nice little picture, little engraving of the indigo leaf on it as well. I really like these buttons a lot more than many of my other Japanese jeans as well. You've also got the blue selvage line, the blue selvage ID, which of course runs all the way up the jeans because these are very genuine, authentic selvage jeans. And PBJ purposely uses these long stitches to differentiate themselves from a lot of quote-unquote vintage makers who tend to use lots of little tiny close together stitches instead, which is actually really hard to do, and PBJ has a lot of very, very modified sewing machines to help them to achieve that. So it's the sort of thing that a lot of people are not going to notice. Okay, let's be honest, the vast majority of people are not going to notice when looking at the denim, but nonetheless, it's one of those like little touches that sort of suggest and connote some extra craftsmanship. They put like more labor and more effort into the production of these jeans that a lot of fans of Japanese denim are going to appreciate. Now, when it comes to taking care of these jeans, like washing the jeans, you're going to hear a lot of stuff from a lot of different people. As per usual, this is always the case with like Japanese denim. Some people say you should never clean them. Some say do it only like once every year or once every 2 or 3 or 4 months. So it really just kind of depends on what feels best for you. I've been wearing these for a little over a month and I can't say that I feel like washing them anytime soon. That's like different to some other jeans I've had, like Naked and Famous is a pair of jeans where I tried to not wash them for a while, but after a few weeks, they just felt musty. That didn't happen with this denim here. So anyway, when it comes to taking care of them, the actual label that comes with these jeans just says to wash them separately from your other clothing because the indigo and other dyes can bleed into the water and onto your other clothes. I've got a slightly wet paper towel here, and when you rub that against the denim, yeah, see, it gets blue. So it is important to note that even when it's like raining, this can like bleed indigo onto your shoelaces. And I have many pairs of shoelaces that are a little bit blue as a result because it's been a pretty rainy month here in New York City. So those are the things that you want to keep in mind. When I spoke to Blue and Green in Soho, they told me that you can soak them to wash them or you can hand wash them. So basically what I've heard so far is you can put them in a machine or you can hand wash them or you can soak them. So that's like all the ways to clean denim, practically speaking. So really you can just clean them as much as you want, as often as you want. I will definitely say that, especially because this is pretty thick denim, a lot of people try to only wash these every 3 months or so. Of course, it just depends on how often you wear them and how gross they feel when you put them on, and there's a totally individual preference at the end of the day. The only thing that I will emphasize is to A, don't dry clean them. That's what everybody says. You must not dry clean them. You should hang dry them when they are wet, like after you've washed them, however you do decide to wash them. You are also meant to make sure they're stored in a well-ventilated area, according to PBJ, which I guess doesn't mean your closet. So I don't know what you're supposed to do with that. I'm definitely keeping them in my closet anyway, but technically they say you should keep them in a well-ventilated area. And one more time, make sure you wash them on their own because they'll make all your clothes blue. Now, as for the fit and the sizing, as I mentioned, the PB019s, this is a relaxed tapered fit. So pretty roomy thigh, pretty roomy ass, and pretty high rise as well. And it's a pretty dramatic taper as well from the knee down to the ankle. The opening here is relatively small, but I can still get them off. I've got some jeans, like Momotaro jeans that I'm gonna review later on, where it's like a real battle to get them off my legs because the opening is so low. That's not quite the case with these, but nonetheless, yeah, it's still a pretty small opening at the end, but that's fine. And with my body type, the relaxed tapered look, if I want jeans that just don't look baggy, that look like they fit me well, like a modern sort of fit, relaxed tapered, that is the style that I always have to go to, which makes it kind of hard to review jeans because, you know, not that many people specialize or emphasize this particular fit. Most people do like straight legs or skinny. I have to wear this particular type of jean, but yeah, PBJs make it, and this fit me really well. And when I got them, it was a size 30 34. Now, in all of my other pants, at least my non-Japanese denim, I'm a 32. This is a 34, and I believe the reason these fit is because they are not unsanforized. So they've been washed once when I got them. So I think they were 34 when they made them, then they washed them and they shrunk down to a 32, but the label still says 34. That's my going theory anyway. And I almost got a size 36 as well. When I was at the store, I was really hemming and hawing a long time because these did seem very tight. But you know, I eventually went with the 34, even though they were a bit tight. By the next day, even though I'd barely worn them, they did fit me very well. And after about like 3 or 4 weeks or so of wear, I started using a belt. They're not really in danger of like falling off of me or anything, and I don't think they're going to stretch any more than this. But yeah, it took about 3 weeks for me to prefer wearing a belt with these. And like, obviously, like I feel kind of silly like talking about the fit here because everybody's body is different. What fits me well isn't going to fit someone else well, and so on. This is like far and away the most subjective part of this review. That said, these jeans fit me better than any other Japanese jeans I own. I'm really, really happy with this fit. Now, as far as the price goes, when I got these in blue and green, they cost on the label $363, and with taxes and everything, it wound up being over $390, which is expensive. That is actually the most I've paid for Japanese jeans so far. I've got about 5 pairs of them. The closest is Studio Dardazan, that was like $360-ish. Yeah, these were over $390. They are expensive. I do want to point out there are a lot of reasons people will give you as to why they are worth the money. For me, the fit is like really definitely helping the money. Also, the fact that it's made with natural indigo, that's a big selling point, and it's a big part of why they cost so much money as well. It's also a very boutique operation. It's a very niche industry. It's a brand a lot of people love, really small batch kind of stuff. So all that stuff, people will say justifies the price. Nonetheless, yeah, over $390. That is expensive. And when I got home, I started looking around online to see how much they would be in other places. I'm really wary personally of like buying jeans online because I have such weird body proportions, but most people can buy them online. And if you go to Okayama Denim, they're $290. So I wasn't super happy to find out that I could have paid so much less for these jeans, but that's my burden to bear. So anyway, online, Okayama Denim, that's the only place you can get these jeans. If you like the brand though, and you have a different body shape to mine, Denimio.com does have a lot of PBJ jeans. They don't have these jeans, but they've got a lot of jeans out there made with like similar, if not the same fabric. And if you have a new account, if you have an account, if you make an account and you use the code Stridewise, you can get 10% off your order if you find a PBJ jean that you like. So that's worth remembering, but in any case, they're expensive jeans. All right, so why should you consider getting a pair of PBJs? This brand is very notorious for the sturdiness of their construction, for like not just the, I'm not talking about the thickness of the denim exactly, but it's like how sturdy and well constructed the jeans are. When I'm walking around in these, more than my other jeans, even my 20-ounce Oni jeans, which to be fair have elastane in them, but that's another story and another review. But more than some jeans I have which are technically thicker and heavier than this denim, these PBJs, they really do feel like I'm wearing like a suit of armor. It's like they feel very, very well protected when I'm walking around in them. It's a feeling unlike many other jeans out there, even other Japanese jeans, which I like. And while I'm talking about the sturdiness, the stitching is really, really solid as well. I've been wearing these pretty much non-stop for a month, and there are no loose threads anywhere at all. As I mentioned, they use like long pieces of thread to do the stitching as opposed to lots of little tiny separate stitching. It's just like very, very solidly constructed. The only loose thread I found is in the selvage ID on the left leg, but this is technically the inside of the jean, so I'm not gonna really discount against that too much. So what I'm trying to say here is that they are tough. They're tough, sturdy jeans. They're also made with natural indigo, which a lot of people really like. It's got really nice fade potential. And there's a lot of like nice details as well. I love these iron buttons. I love that you can stick this little, the little engraving of the indigo leaf there. I like the indigo leaf on the butt. I like the guy dyeing the jeans on the deerskin patch. Like there's just like so much to love about this product. And of course, this denim has really off the charts levels of slub and yarn and fuzziness. And more than that, the brand itself, PBJ, it has like a real prestige to it. It's got a real distinction to it. Obviously, there are a lot of Japanese denim brands out there, and obviously I'm a huge fan of Japanese denim. But the thing with PBJ is the level of prestige the name has and the product they come out with, both of those put together really do help to confer that ethos of like the sort of old world nature of Japanese jeans. Like to compare that to like Ironheart, which of course make fantastic jeans, but Ironheart, very Japanese, very heavy jeans, but their denim is a lot smoother, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But the reason a lot of people like Japanese jeans and the reason they like these irregular denim like this, at least a big part of the reason they like it, is because it has irregularities, it has imperfections. It sort of reminds you that it's not made by a massive mass-produced fashion machine. It's a much smaller operation than that. And so PBJ, more than some other companies out there, the brand itself and also the sort of very human denim they produce, that combination of the two is something that a lot of denim heads just go absolutely crazy for. Now, there are a few potential downsides with these jeans. The hottest I mean, it's like 17 ounces, 17.5 ounce denim. And unlike some companies, they like put some sort of magic on their jeans. And even if the jeans are 20 ounces, they still feel fine in summer. Not the case with these. They are hot. It's the sort of jeans you wear when you feel like you want protection from the elements. You want to feel like you have like a very tough layer around your lower half. That's what these jeans are for. But yeah, don't wear them in summer. I have, you get very, very sweaty. Also, on that note, they're not great for like mobility wise. Like it's kind of hard to move in them. I mean, it's not hard to move in them exactly, but when denim is thinner, you get like a little bit more room to move in them. Like they're not quite as stiff, they're not quite as sturdy. These are very, very sturdy jeans. So the flip side of that is that while they are very protective, yeah, they don't move that much and they are pretty thick and pretty hot in summer. Another thing I wanted to mention, not many people like the very dramatic taper of the particular NP019 model, but I feel kind of dumb talking about that because of course that depends on your own body type and your own individual tastes. And you are probably not going to be getting this exact type of jean unless you have my very fun body type. But nonetheless, yeah, not everyone likes a dramatic taper. I do, but not everyone likes it. Another thing is that although I was just complaining about them not being great for mobility, they do stretch a little bit. As I mentioned, when I first got them, I could almost not get them on. And now after about a month of wear, I need to wear a belt with them. I don't absolutely have to wear a belt with them, but I prefer wearing a belt with them, which of course is totally fine. And a lot of people expect that of their Japanese jeans, but you just do have to remember that the way they feel in the store or the way they feel the first time you get them on is not going to be the way they feel after a few weeks or a few months. Like they will stretch. And then finally, not a big deal, but this leaf, some people think it looks like you've sat in bird poo. So that is something that you have to put up with as well. All right, those are my thoughts on the wonderfully imperfect denim from Pure Blue Japan. The full written review with a bunch of pictures and stuff is in the description below. And make sure you subscribe as well, because I got a lot more denim reviews and boot reviews and all sorts of men's fashion kind of stuff coming up.